The first principles that shape our approach is the priority of economic growth, prosperity, and national security of people of India. That's foundation and the first principles for us. Naturally, keeping that in mind, we obviously closely monitor, observe, respond to whatever is happening around the world, globally, both in terms of the emerging opportunity landscape, but also the areas that throw challenges at us. Geopolitical, economic disruptions are very much part of that. Converging these two allows us to shape our global partnerships around the world. These are the three features which triangulate between them and do that. Now, what that has meant domestically for us in India under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi since 2014 has been a series of economically transformative measures on the ground, which have resulted in a consistently high growth of 7+%, which is uniquely driven by domestic demand. It has externalities, but not really that strong. Prime Minister has propounded, driven, and put on ground the initiative of Atmanirbharta, a mixture of self-reliance and self-sufficiency, but an ecosystem which has positive externalities, which is not insular in nature in terms of what it tries to do.
Ambassador, if I take a little bit of a change in gear and focus a little bit on two sectors, let's say the biotech and the AI. In the biotech sector, India is not anymore what it used to be. It's now a $195 billion economy. It's grown 20 times in the last 10 years. But yet, when it comes to innovation, China has reached a very different place today than it was 10, 15 years back. And you and I have spoken about it. Today I mentioned briefly during the lunch to Ambassador Greer. If US wants to develop India as a very credible source for innovation partnership, what would be your vision of India in the next 10 to 15 years? And the same perhaps would apply to AI, which is an evolving, emerging field. Where can we take the relationship of US-India to a different level in these two sectors?
Look, I think what you are essentially referring to is a part of an important segment of the new and emerging technologies, biotechnology and artificial intelligence. Now, if you look at, you refer to the figure of 195 billion, which is roughly what the total valuation of the Indian biotechnology sector is. And you're referring to growth rates which are close to near 100% in terms of the growth. You would be aware of the initiative that Government of India recently launched in March this year, which is BioShakti 2026, which seeks to address 3 or 4 things simultaneously. First of all, it seeks to address the kind of new market that is emerging in the biotechnology sector. It is generally said that with the advent of artificial intelligence, the biotechnology, particularly not just the industrial biotechnology, but a field that you're very well familiar with, biopharmaceuticals, therapeutics, will see a phenomenal new opportunity coming its way. This is an area where India already is blessed with a very strong base of human resource talent, And with this Bioshakti 2026 initiative, there are four key pillars to it, one of which is focusing on the not just the discovery of the new innovative molecule in the biopharmaceutical sector, but also continue to keep the strength in the off-patent generic sector. We do know that there is a huge opportunity in the landscape which is emerging between 2025 and 2032 in terms of the molecules that go off patent. But at the same time, there is a huge new molecule innovation opportunity which is there. So manufacturing, discovery, the entire regulatory ecosystem associated with that advancement is something which is sought to be addressed through this Bioshakti Mission 2026. Insofar as the artificial intelligence is concerned, I think we are still, there are, I feel rather bashful and reticent in speaking about AI in front of, people like Arvind Krishna and other tech CEOs who are here. But I feel we are perhaps in early phases of artificial intelligence, purely insofar as the model phase and the building of application layer on top of it is concerned. Insofar as India is concerned, we are working across all 5 layers: infra, energy, model, applications, them included. I would add another aspect to it, which is that in India, it's not just about tokens. It's also about what outcomes do you produce using those tokens? Because if the AI has to scale up into a form which is acceptable to the society, eventually it needs to transform itself into the kind of outcomes that the people can relate to. We are also very strong in the model space. We believe that we need to have a degree of strategic autonomy and resilience when it comes to working across all layers of AI. That's what we are focused on. And in that endeavor, United States and several of its large enterprises are a crucial partner as we work with them in building this partnership.
So if there's one message you would like to give us here for the ones who are attending this conference today, this summit today, who are really, really invested in the core prosperity model of the relationship between India and US, what would that message be?
I would say trust, reliability, supply chain security, and benefit of the people of the two countries, their economic growth and prosperity.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mukesh. Thank you, John. Thank you all. Thank you, Ambassador Kwatra.